Hello everyone, welcome to mission 15 of the Ultimate Argument Campaign for the SU-27 in DCS World, where this time we are hunting down an AWACS. So the Georgians have been given an AWACS by some third party, we don't know who, but it is playing a bit of havoc. And the big problem is that we can't simply directly intercept it, because anytime it picks up fighters, it immediately starts retreating into the Georgian interior, where our fighters can't manage to catch it for all of the air defences in the area. So instead what we have is a bit of a trick up our sleeves. One flight is going to make a diversionary attack on the AWACS, which is over the sea. Meanwhile, my flight is going to sneak in through the mountains and intercept the AWACS before it can get to safety. Big part of this is we can't be detected at all on the ingress, so as you can see here in the background, our ingress is flying very low and under the mountain range. Now, I did have a bit of issue early on with this when I ordered my wingman to enter tail formation, since I didn't want him 1 kilometer off my side in a 50-meter wide canyon. He decided just to plow into the ground, as DCS AI is liable to do from time to time. So I'm meant to have a wingman, but in this it is just me on my own at this point. Anyway, let's jump ahead to where we clear the mountain range and we get vectored in to attack the AWACS itself. So there we get the orders from our commander to start the attack. So I turn towards where the enemy should be, immediately get it up on our radar. This is a big AWACS here, really easy for the radar to pick it up. I know it is the AWACS since I get the 4 little lines on the radar display, which means it's a large radar return. So got it locked up here. It is 8 kilometers high, currently heading towards me on the data link. So at this point I'm just climbing. I'm well out of range. We're at 100 miles here. Just keeping an eye behind me in case there are any launches on the ground. The enemy radar sounds should be suppressed at this point, but while I'm low to the ground like this, I just want to keep a vague eye out for infrared sounds. So occasionally checking, but really getting nothing so far, not even from the nearby airfield. Punching through this cloud layer here, was hoping to get a nice decent view of the target, but it's rather a cloudy day. Still maintaining radar lock, no problem. The plane really doesn't move in any way. So punch through the first cloud layer. Unfortunately the plane is above the second cloud layer here, or in that second cloud layer. So I continue to climb. He's still above me. Want to try and give my missiles as best launch parameters as possible. One thing to note is, although the diversion flight did engage the escort fighters, they only shot down 1 escort fighter, so on the data link we can just see at the very edge there the other escort fighter entering the area. For now though, I'm focusing on this plane. I do get launch authority. It's closing the distance a little bit here. No need to really rush this. Still don't have a good visual, mostly because it seems to be right in this layer here. But I fire my Fox 1 at this point, just outside of no escape range, but I'm really not worried about that with something this big. It's not like it can turn on a dime to start burning away from me. Otherwise, just keeping my focus on this, making sure I maintain that radar lock. You can see he's started to dive here, doing his best to avoid the missile. And may have just made out a tiny little puff there as the missile hit home. And there's the plane dropping down, missing both of its wings. So, good kill, enemy target destroyed. Now, I decide, since the escort fighter is between me and my way back, that I may as well engage it. It is really quite low, just getting a bogey dope there. He has been climbing for me from the decks, so we're about co-altitude here. I do get a radar lock. Still in the cloud layer, but fire another Fox 1 there. And can just see his exhaust plume and get a nice little hit. There was an F4 that had been escorting the E3. So, with 2 Fox 1s launched, a AWACS and an F4 splashed, it was time to return to base there. So, operation went off really without a hitch, other than my wingman deciding he wanted to crash in the ground before we even got to the mountain range. So another nice, short, sharp mission here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do consider leaving a like and or subscribe. Really does help the channel. Otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next one. Till then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers!